Welcome back, Clashers. This episode, we're going to cover some tips for building your home base, which is vitally important when you're just starting out and trying to grow. I'm Titanium, and this is COC Base Basics. So right out of the gate, I want to be clear, I'm not a base designer. It's just not my thing, okay? But I have used a myriad of bases at every town hall level and know what works. So tip number one, you want to evenly spread out all of your defenses and resources and put your town hall and clan castle in the center. You want to make those clan castle troops hard to draw out, and of course you want to make it hard for people to get to your town hall. That carries a fifth of your resources. There are special exceptions and special trap bases and things you can try and do that work. That's totally fine. I'm just saying, as a general blanket rule, your safest bet is spread everything evenly apart. And it's okay if they get at one of your resource storages.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
It's okay if they get at two of them. They're still not going to get a majority.
Just a flesh wound.
Look, stop that!
In fact, they're going to get caught up attacking those, and your defenses are just going to rain down pain. So trust me on this. Town hall, clan castle in the middle, everything else spread out evenly with like storages and less important army bases and everything on the outside. Tip number two, the side of your village does not protect you. I've seen noobs try this before, okay? They'll squash their village up against one or two sides of the map, the edge of the field where the thick grass is, thinking that people can't attack from that side, and they won't even put a wall up. But people can drop troops straight onto that thick grass. So you're not protected at all. Do not try this. You will regret it. Tip number three, double thick walls are a waste. Wall breakers have splash damage, all right? And they have a blast radius of 2.5 spaces. So if they can blow up one wall piece, they can also blow up the adjacent wall piece, all right? Don't do it. You only get so many wall pieces, all right? They're vitally important, so use them where they're needed. If you really need to double up in an area, leave a small gap, a one-space gap between your two walls. That way, the first wall breaker may get the first one, but the second one may go for a different area, a different corner. They can get confused easily. They're skeletons. I mean, they don't really have a brain.
My head, I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching if I only had a brain.
Tip number four, do not build a base with one long single wall around everything. It doesn't work. It's super easy to break through, and then once inside, they're just gonna rage on you. And let's be honest, it's just a little lazy. I mean, that's about as lazy as it gets.
Don't.
Tip number five, do not leave open spaces inside your walls because enemies can drop their troops directly inside your base. Now, this is typically only done on accident, so just be double sure, double check, make sure there's no open spaces. They have a little white outline around them that shows you, that you're protected. Sometimes people think that plants, the vegetation that's laying around or rocks will protect them. I did that when I first started, but actually you can drop troops directly on top of rocks and plants so they don't protect you at all. The one exception to this would be if you've created a honeypot.
I just want everybody to know that I know what you did to me. With the glasses, honeycombed me.
What does that even mean?
You honeypotted him. It's honeypot.
You honeypotted
You
me.
honeypot.
Which is intentionally left in open space that's full of traps and bombs and all your splash, defenses are raining down on that area. And that can be really fun to watch a replay on. Just somebody's total army get annihilated. But anyway, that's the one exception. Otherwise, just be careful. Tip number six, my final base tip, and I cannot emphasize this enough, is to max out your base before you upgrade to the next town hall level. And that means everything. That means buildings, troops, walls, everything. I know it's really tempting to jump up because you want to get that new troop upgrade or the new spell. You get an extra spell or a new kind of spell or that type of thing. But you gotta believe me, it's not worth it. One of the main reasons is, when you raid other bases, they measure that all based on your level. So if you raid a town hall that's the same as yours, you get 100% of the loot, right? But if you pop up one and now you're raiding that same base that's one below you, you'll only get 90% of the loot. But if you pop up again, now that same base is 2 below you, you only get 50% of the loot, which is a massive drop off. So what happens now is you're higher, all the upgrades at that town hall level cost more, but you're not getting as much for loot. You're getting half as much from some bases, so it takes you forever to save up. Not to mention, now you're this big juicy target because you got to save up all this massive amount of loot, but you don't have the defenses to protect it. All right, you're like a fat guy at an MMA fight or something, you know what I mean? And you get your clock cleaned a lot. And don't even get me started with clan wars, man. Your clan is gonna hate you because you've rushed your base. Now they pair, your clan with a higher level clan, but you don't have the attack power to score anything. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen this. So many guys that have I'm telling you, like Town Hall 10 guys sometimes can't star in a war, and it's really gonna tick off your clan mates, and they're probably going to kick you out before long. So I know it does take patience and determination, but it's worth it. Stick it out. Max out your town halls before you upgrade. Super important. If you follow these tips, you'll be on the path to domination. And if you're looking for a couple good base building channels, check out Clash of Clans, Gozo COC, or COC I'm a Noob. Great names, but also two good channels. They're two of my faves. All right, well, that's pretty much it for Base Basics. Until next time, I'm Titanium, and clash on. Just move. It reminded me of Pixar, which is the highest compliment I can give, or like old school Disney. Every character just had so much personality. Giants, wizards, dragons. I knew these guys were speaking my language to begin with. Then I saw that it was free, so I said, what the heck? I'll check it out. I'll see what it's about. And it's a decision I've never regretted, although I will say that my wife probably has rued that day.